Hi, folks. Welcome back to Place, Manner, Voice. My name is Catherine. I'm a phonologist, and I am transcribing words into the International Phonetic Alphabet for you. This is to learn some pronunciations of English words or to learn how to transcribe into IPA. Or maybe you just want to start thinking about how we pronounce words in English if you're a native English speaker. I used a random word generator to give us a word of the day today. Today, our word is collapse. 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 Okay, so we start with opening our brackets. Let me get a little more lead here in my pencil. So we start with a k sound. Now this is spelled with a C, but that's not the symbol we use in the IPA. This is the symbol for the k sound. Collapse, collapse. Now, do you hear? I'm not saying collapse. I'm not saying a beautiful, clear O sound, collapse. I'm saying collapse, collapse. This is the schwa. Look how high I drew that. Why did I draw that so high? I always do that with schwas. I don't know why. So a schwa is a special vowel. It uses this symbol. It's very weak and very unclear. It's not very long, and it is the key to English syllable stress. If you can figure out where to put in the weak vowels, it makes it so much easier to pronounce the strong vowels. Collapse. What's after the schwa? Collapse. Ooh, ooh. Now this is another time that English spelling is lying to us. We have two L's here. I'm not saying that sound extra long, and I'm not changing how it's pronounced. Collapse, collapse. I'm not saying collapse extra long. No, just one. So I can just put in that one L sound, l, which is the same symbol that we usually use from the English alphabet in the IPA. Oh, we call this a lateral sound. If you've heard me talking in other videos about how when we make the ol sound, we put our tongue up behind our teeth and allow the air to spill out over the sides of our tongue. That means the air is moving laterally around the sides of our tongue. So this is the only lateral sound in North American English. Other languages have other ones, like there's that amazing in Welsh, there is the lateral fricative, which is fantastic. I love it. Anyhow, but we don't use that in English in non-disordered speech. Collapse. What's after the ol sound here? Collapse. Ah, ah. This is a cool symbol. Now, I'm very picky about this symbol. This is the ah symbol. We call it the trap vowel. Ah. It's the first vowel in my name, Catherine. I mean, first vowel sound. Ah, ah, trap, Catherine, ah, ah, ah. This is not in all the world languages, so if you don't have this word in your this sound in your first language, this is a good one to learn. Ah. Now, I'm really picky about how this one is transcribed. This is a one sound. It's one symbol. It's together as one sound. It is not this sound plus this sound. It's not any sort of combination. This is its own symbol all on its own. Now, I make it quickly by doing this. If you want, you can do this and then add that other half on, but there should absolutely be zero daylight between the two halves. This is one symbol that belongs together. I never want to see this. No, 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 that's wrong. I would deduct marks for that in my class. Collapse. Psst. Next, we've got a sound, almost like you're calling a cat, like pss, pss, pss. So we put our lips together and explode out the air with no vibration at our throat. So that's the the p sound. And then immediately after it, we've got that s, collapse, lapse. You can see the word lapse there, like lapse at the pool or a lapse of judgment, lapse. So it's right there too, look, lapse of judgment, lapse at the pool. Collapse. So that's the last sound. I'm not using this E for pronunciation at all. So I'm not going to write anything there. So if I don't hear it, I'm not going to write it. Collapse. Okay, one more thing to do. This is a multisyllabic word. I know there's more than one syllable because there's more than one vowel sound. Collapse, collapse. This one's kind of easy to spot where the stress goes. Even if you can't hear it, the syllable with the schwa is never going to have the stressed syllable. It's not going to, it's too weak. It's too featureless. It can't carry the stress. So we know that the a is the strong part. Collapse, collapse, collapse. It's almost like it could be spelled like this. Collapse. So I'm going to put that primary stress marker right before the ul sound because that is the beginning of that last syllable. Collapse. There is another word transcribed broadly into the International Phonetic Alphabet. Hopefully that made you think about this word a little differently and maybe about how to use that schwa. And I don't know, just maybe thinking about how we use English a little differently. If you have a word you'd like to see me transcribe, leave a message below. I would love, if you're not already transcribed, if you're not already subscribed, would you please subscribe? I would appreciate it. See you next time.